what's up everybody? It's Scotty the Marketing Dude back here at Indian of Clarksville, and today we're gonna take out this beautiful pre-owned Victory cross-country tour for a little ride around town today. So let's see what this big beautiful blue bagger's got. Alright, what up everybody? Scotty the Marketing Dude. Like we said in the intro, I'm on a super clean pre-owned Victory cross-country tour today in the sweltering, humid, rainforest-like heat of the lovely Ohio Valley here in Kentuckiana. We're riding out of Indian Clarksville today on this bad boy. So we took this in on trade a while ago on a new Indian. Guy wanted to stay in the family, so being his Victory's not around anymore, he got himself a new Indian, but this really still is a great bike. That's why Jose kind of wanted to feature it. He's got a crazy price on this thing, so we'll get into all that. So as we're waiting to get on the freeway, let's talk about what we're on today, and we'll have a look at it up close. So we're on a 2013 Victory cross-country tour in this beautiful kind of flake blue color that really gleams out in the sun. It's got, you know, a lot of great modern features on it. Inverted forks. It's got dual brakes up front, ABS. All the bags lock, which is awesome. We've got a stereo system with auxiliary. And obviously you can upgrade that to some Bluetooth with a simple thing you buy on Amazon. So still a pretty modern motorcycle, even though it was manufactured in 2013. And it's got that big Victory 106 cubic inch V-twin on it. Really great motor. The bike's really just got a lot of features. So let's get back into the ride a little bit. We're getting ready to get up on the freeway, which is what this bike was meant for, as we chill at this stoplight here. You know, it's really a great looking bike. You know, Victory kind of had their own look going on back then, so it's got a lot of those sharp edges, that kind of I don't know, Art Deco, I don't know, kind of styling that you could, you know, that most people associate with Victory. Whew, boy, it's hot. Get that visor open, it's a little hot. But I'd like to see how this big sharp pointy thing cuts through the wind when we get up on the freeway. So like I said, this is a trade-in. Fella got him a new Indian, but this bike's still got plenty of life left in it. It's got 23,000 miles, a little over 23,000 miles on it. And this guy has ridden it all over. I mean, I'm looking up here, he's been all over Route 66 all the way to Missouri. I don't know how much further he went, but he did. He rode this thing a lot, and that's what these things are meant for, right? This is a cross-country tour, so he rode it across the country. It's pretty awesome, and you could too. So far, I'm really liking it. This is my first ride on a Victory. I take that back. I rode one. I mean, a really early version. It wasn't a cross country. I don't even know what you would have called it. It was like the like a 2001 Victory Cruiser. I don't even know what you would have called it, but I rode that, and that was a pretty decent bike. But I would have to say they came a long way since then. Yeah, it's not cutting through the wind too bad. We're getting a little buffeting off of that truck up there in front of me, unfortunately. But this thing has a lot of great features for this type of riding. It's got cruise control. It's got like all the stereo systems. It's got heated grips. So for all you dudes that like to ride in all weather, it's got heated grips. Super comfy seat. You've got the tour pack in the back, so you can haul all the stuff you want with you. Pretty amazing. I actually like this kind of old school, you know, switches. It's kind of easier to see where everything is, so that's a little different from a new bike. It also has got highway pegs on it that my short little 29-inch inseam can't reach, so we might have to adjust those if you're of similar stature to me. But so far, I mean, this thing is awesome. It's got a gear indicator. We're in 6th gear on the highway. we're just kind of cruising, man. You know, the hot air doesn't feel too bad when you're on this. It kind of cuts. It really cuts the wind off of you pretty good. I'm impressed so far. You know, I mean, you can kind of tell this is where Polaris was going with Victory before they took the Indian name, and they've kind of carried that over. But you know, it's like modern feel. You know, they kind of kept the modern feel like this Victory, but they kind of went back to a classic look with the Indian bikes. Unless we're talking about the Challenger or the Scout, those two are very much modern all around. But this bike is kind of, you can tell this is where they were kind of starting, you know, that to get to develop their own sense of who they were. This is really a great motorcycle. I like it. So let's talk about this crazy sale price that Jose just slapped on me today with this thing. So if you're looking for a bagger, if you're looking for a tour bike, but you don't want to drop 20, 30 G's, maybe you don't even want to drop 15, you know, or 16 on something used, you can pick this bike up for $99.99, 10 grand. This baby could be yours, and you could be out touring Route 66 or, you know, going wherever you want. This thing's been to the Tail of the Dragon. It's got a Tail of the Dragon sticker on the back, so you could definitely take it there. Tour all over on this thing. It's built for it, and it does it well. We got a little traffic up here. You know, another thing I'm noticing, you know, as we're riding it, the gearbox is really smooth on this thing. Shifts good, you know, for something that's got 23,000 miles on it. It doesn't feel like that. It still feels super tight. It's got these inverted forks up front, which I noticed. I haven't looked at this bike very closely since it's been on the showrooms. It's kind of like my first real look at it almost. And you know, it's got a lot of modern stuff on it. Those forks feel great. We'll get up here in our little mini twisty section, and we'll see how she leans. But so the ride is incredible on this thing. I mean, you could really go a long distance on it, I feel like, and be super comfortable the entire time. So for 10 grand, I mean, to get something that you could take on a big long trip for a weekend, you know, you've got all the bags, they all lock. That's what I like. All these bags lock, so you're not going to be worried about people, you know, taking your helmets and stuff like that when you go to a restaurant. You know, that's something that my wife and I, every time we go out on the bike, on the Triumph, we don't have bags or anything like that, so we got to lug our helmets around with us. We got comms and, you know, expensive cameras and stuff like that on them, so you don't want to leave them just sitting out. And you really don't want to leave your helmet sitting out in the sun anyway while you're, you know, going somewhere to eat or drink some Pepsis. So this kind of solves that problem. You're able to put your helmets in the bag, and okay, not too bad. Sounds good. I'm not sure if this bike's got a pipe on it or not. You know, you'll have to check that out for yourself. But to me, I think it sounds like it probably does at least have a slip-on on it. Yeah, this bike actually corners really good. Really smooth. You can tell that, I mean, you can tell that this is like the ancestor, if you will, or the forebearer of the Indian, the modern Indian, because it corners a lot like one. It actually, in a lot of ways, this bike reminds me of like an air-cooled predecessor to the Challenger. So maybe if you got some buddies that got, you know, big baggers, and you don't want to drop all that cash to you know, tour with them, but you want something that maybe is a little different, definitely check this thing out, man. I mean, I gotta be honest, I was not super excited to take this out today. You know, usually these kind of bikes just aren't in my bag, or not really something that I get into. I like the Indians a lot. Every one that I ride, I love the Challenger. But big tour bikes, you know, they're usually not something that I really get into all that much. And I always just think it's gonna feel like a big tour bike. But these Victories and the modern Indians, I mean, they always shock me with how well they ride and how much fun riding a big bike can be. Yeah. I don't know if you could hear that, but it definitely sounds really good. Really good. I am pleasantly surprised with this motorcycle. Shocker again. I'd like to have it in my garage. You know, this is something like this is something that maybe I could talk my wife into, because she's not huge on dropping big coin on bikes, you know. But and maybe if you're in a similar situation like me, you've got a frugal wife that likes to pinch pennies and save them all. Well, like, I love her for it, because I would have a garage full of junk and I don't even know what else, you know. So she's got the unfortunate job of keeping me in check. Love you, honey, if you're watching this. But if you got a situation like that, but you want a bagger, bring your significant other in, wife or husband, whoever's the frugal one, and show them this. I mean, it really, I think it'll shock you just like it shocked me. So far, it's a great motorcycle. The front brakes are super powerful. I'm actually able to one finger them. So to me, that's always a sign of like really good braking, or you know, maybe even a two finger them. But you know, I see a lot of people are always, they've got their whole hand on the lever. You could actually even two finger this clutch, which is amazing. You know, coming from the racing world, I've always got one finger on the lever. And to be able to actually utilize that on a big bagger, to not have to use your whole hand. You know, sometimes you ride a Harley or something like that, and it's like, I mean, it feels a little archaic, the braking power does. You don't feel that on this thing. We're going to go ahead and just kind of cruise around these people that are turning. You didn't see that. Yeah, we're going over. This is probably like the roughest stretch of road on the whole loop that I do usually. And this thing is soaking it up nice. Really nice. Seat is super comfortable. It actually comes with a backrest too for the rider. So not just for, you know, the passenger back there on the tour pack. There's in the inside the tour pack, there's a slip-in backrest you can put behind you, and that way you got a little lumbar support on those long rides. I'd probably like that. The only thing that I don't like about those rider backrests is it makes it pretty difficult to get on and off the bike. And I'm not like a huge guy. I don't like getting on the kickstand to get on the bike. I like to just swing my leg over it. So that makes it kind of tough when you have those on there. So I kind of appreciate that it's not on there at the moment. But if I were, you know, on a big long ride, that might be something that I would be interested in slipping in. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I am shocked with how much I love this motorcycle. Its performance, you know, is very impressive. It feels tight. You know, like I was saying, for something that's got 23,000 miles on it, I mean, it doesn't feel that at all. And the motor sounds awesome. Put that back down. Pleasantly surprised again. And like I said, you know, you can definitely feel the what would become the India motorcycle in this. It's just the balance, the side to side, excellent. And that's why that's one of the reasons they corner so well, and they're so confidence inspiring in the corners. Is that low center of gravity. I mean, this is just so smooth right now. This big sweeping corner was so fun. Just kind of lean, and you just trust that bike when you lean them like that. A big bike that you can trust to lean, it's amazing. What a feeling. Yeah, we just went over a big manhole right there that even on like a Scout, something with like not a lot of travel, will rock your spine. This thing soaked it up like a dream. Pleasantly surprised. So if maybe you're looking for a bagger, and maybe you've seen this bike, maybe you've been in the showroom and you looked at it and you thought, man, maybe, I don't know, you know, but you needed something to kind of sway you, maybe this video will help you do that. Give JB a call at 812-948-1621 and tell her you saw the video and you're interested in that victory that Scotty the marketing dude rode. She'll work you up an offer on it, or, well, work you up some paperwork on it and give you out the door price and all that jazz. But yeah, 10 grand, that's what she's got it marked at right now. That's crazy for a bike of this caliber, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to beat it. So check us out online at indianaclarksville.com. Give JB a call at 812-948-1621. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. You help me out. You help us out. Help us get the word out there. We get to keep making content like this. It's really cool that you know, that they've given me the opportunity to do this, and I'd love to continue. So it's fun to kind of get out from behind the computer screen every once in a while and go out and ride something. So help me out and share it, like, follow, all that jazz. And this has been Scotty the marketing dude. I'll check you later.